देवकी नंदन तुमको वंदन रखते सबके लाज, सबके स्वामी अंतर्यामी पूर्ण की जय काज। देवकी नंदन तुमको वंदन रखते सबके लाज, सबके स्वामी अंतर्यामी पूर्ण की जय काज। मन मंदिर में सजे बिहारी, मनमोहन तेरी छवि अति प्यारी। मन मंदिर में सजे बिहारी, मनमोहन तेरी छवि अति प्यारी। बंसे बजैया रास रचैया, तुमसे बड़ा कहा कौन कन्हैया। श्री कृष्ण गोविंदा, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी। हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, देवकी नंदन तुमको वंदन रखते सबके लाज, सबके स्वामी अंतर्यामी पूर्ण की जय काज। मन मंदिर में सजे बिहारी, मनमोहन तेरी छवि अति प्यारी। बंसे बजैया रास रचैया, तुमसे बड़ा कौन कन्हैया। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी। हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी। हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। Good morning all, welcome to your second out of the 3 classes on industrial sociology, where we are discussing sociology of the workplace, or sociology of work, right? Now, first of all, when you think about work, the concept of work, what is work really? What is work? Is it something that we do because we were told that this is what we are supposed to do, or because we see everybody around us doing it, and we essentially, what we do is copy people's behavior, right? Copy people's behavior, meaning I was socialized to go to school, get an education, and get a job, right? Copying the behavior of 7 billion people, right? Is what you are doing when you think about work. Is what you are doing. Is that thing called work that you do? Is it that which really reflects you? Or is it a copy of 7 billion people on the face of the planet, right? Is it you, or is it a copy of 7 billion people in the planet who hustle and bustle every day to get to a job, right? What is the reason for work, and what is the purpose of work? To what end do we work, right? Now this is just getting down to the core of the matter and the reason we are here and why are we here. Because if you are alive if you live an entire lifetime and never ask the question, why am I here, then why are you really here? I will ask it, why are you here, right? If you lived an entire lifetime and never questioned, why am I here, why are you here, right? Then I will ask the question, why are you here, right? So this is thinking about the concept of work. What really is work? What drives you? What is your purpose, right? What is the nature of work, right? And what is the outcome? What should be the outcome of work, right? And in this video I will be showing through using the same functionalist perspective that I mentioned previously when I was talking about us being cogs in a wheel and one institution feeding into the other, right? So you have the family feeding into the school system, feeding into the workplace, right? So this is a sociological perspective. And most times when we pass through these institutions from family straight up to the workplace, very rare do we question. In fact, I think many people do question it, but really very rare do we act upon that question that we ask ourselves, right? Because frankly, I've worked, my main place of work has been for 7 years plus, 7.5 years or so, was in the government, in the ministry, right? That was I worked in several jobs prior to that. I actually worked since after CXC, which was when I was about 15, 16 years old, right? And other smaller scale companies and so on. But then I had to repay the government because I received a scholarship and whatever from the government after I completed my academic secondary education and so on, right? So there's this concept of repaying the state, right? Repaying the state for giving us free education, right? There's the whole concept of showing you how each organization is actually linked together, right? So remember when I was talking about universities getting state funding, that's why they will never stand up for that which is truly right, right? Universities will never stand up for that which is truly right because they receive state funding. Universities are linked to the state. State is linked to the secondary school system, right? So I would have received my scholarship from the state after after excelling academically at my secondary education. I would have received my scholarship to go on to tertiary to do my sociology and psychology degree, which by the way I got in trouble from the government for again. All these people like since I born the police freaking following me. Since I was born, the police following me. I'll say something. The time I was born and the time period in which I was born, the year I was born, was during the coup. My ex, my friend, he was actually born on the day of the coup, right? Which should actually tell you where you should stand regarding government. Just saying, right? But I was born in the same year. The coup, the time period in which a Muslim leader had sought to overthrow the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, right? 1990, that would have happened. I would have been born in November 1990, and during this period, the country was on lockdown, right? Just like I had my awakening during the lockdown a few years ago, I would have been born in a year in which the country was locked down as well, right? I would have been born in a year that the country was locked down. And this was funny and ironic how life works out. This was a year in which the government was being overthrown, right? This was the year the government was being overthrown, right? So it was a coup. That's the coup that was happening that year. And because the country was on lockdown, me being in my mom's belly, right? And she was ready to give labor to me. She was in labor, ready to give birth to me, right? And due to the lockdown, the police had to escort me to the government hospital, right? So we're going back in time regarding these institutions and how we are actually enslaved, how we come to be enslaved, how were born into slavery, and the goal of our life is to really come out of slavery while we are on earth, right? So I'm just showing how we were born into slavery, right? We were born into slavery. So during that day of the government lockdown, that year of the government lockdown, November, I was being transported or escorted to the government hospital for me to be born by police, right? So these people fucking chasing me before I was born. Before I was born, the police chasing my ass, right? So they were escorting me me in my mom's belly, right, to the government hospital where I was born, right? Born directly into slavery. And born into slavery, given a birth certificate. How many people actually know what a birth certificate is, right? Sold into slavery, born into slavery, sold into slavery, right? We think slavery is this chattel slavery and what happened in the past, the history with our ancestors and indentureship and all this. But the reality is all of us were born into the wider form of slavery, right? The international slavery, the global slavery. The slavery that is enslaved by government. That is what actual slavery is, right? Actual slavery is human authority and being enslaved by the government system, right? So we were all born into this system, given a birth certificate, given a number, right? They don't care what your name is. They don't care who you are. You all think that the government system really cares, right? We care for you. They care for your fucking vote. That is what they care for, right? That's why you're given a number for elections. Your identification card, your ID card is a number. Your birth certificate pin is a number, right? You are a number, right? So unless you actively seek step by step to demolish this way of being, right, you will forever remain a number trapped in a system, right? When you go to work, right, you are given a badge, right, with your photograph and a number on it. I represent the government. I represent this, and that's why I couldn't come out and speak certain things at that time while I was in the government, and I was banned from writing editorial letters to the editor and so on by the government at the time and so on, when I tried to speak out or make change within the system itself, which is an impossible thing to do. I am telling you all based on my experience trying to make change within that system. That's why I came out of the system and I'm teaching sociology on my own, right? Trying to make change within that system is not going to work. You know why? Because as the longer you stay in the system, in that system, the longer it gives you, it grows on you, right? And that's why I reached a point where I was like, no, I am not taking this anymore, because my spirit literally could not take it anymore. My spirit could not take it anymore when I left, and I had to leave even though I did not have a plan, right? I did not have a solid income. I did not have a plan, right? Because I listened to what my spirit and every cell in my body was speaking to me at the time, right? They do not care about how you feel. They do not care about what you have to contribute, right? Everything is literally geared to making the government and their flowery language during election times and their so they would use your skill sets. They would use your skill sets, your writing skills, your speaking skills to do speeches for the minister. You all think that ministers actually speak out of their own free will? When I used to work at the government, we were the ones writing speeches for them. We were being paid, right? We were being paid. In case you all sitting and thinking, Kamala talking this nice talk and Rowley talking this nice talk and this government minister telling us or promising us this and that. You all know who write those speeches for them? Us would have written those speeches for them. University students who are very much skilled, and multifaceted and talented, right? Who are multifaceted and talented and creative, right? What they are placed in these ministries to do, in these government ministries to do, is to write speeches, right? Those of you who are good at writing and speaking and putting nice flowery language together and so on. This is what you are being paid, or we were being paid to do, right? To write reports, to go to parliament, to write reports to give to the minister, so that when they go in parliament, they read and sometimes they don't know fuck they're saying, right? They don't know what they watch. Sometimes they have never even read the document before they read it to the public, right? Sometimes I've been in the system, right? Sometimes they don't even read the documents before reading it to the public. And that is why they look like dumb freaking sheep when they stand up in front of a population. And we know that they don't know shit, right? We know that they don't know shit, right? But they try to bamboozle, meaning bullshit, right? They try to bamboozle the population into thinking, oh, I have this grand plan, economic recovery, right? Economic recovery plan for the year 2020 to 2025, right? Agenda 2021, right? Agenda 2030. Economic recovery plan, right? When you all plan to recover one shit, because the world is going to shit and everybody knows it, right? The world is going to shit because we actually do need to break down all the system in order to rebuild again, right? Because of the state that we have reached, we need to break down the systems in order to rebuild and build back better, as you all say, right? Build back better, right? And because of this lack of knowledge, which government officials, make no mistake, they actually have knowledge on the laws of the universe, right? They actually members of these lodges, of these secret societies and so on, and they are very well versed in the laws of the universe, and they hire people to go against the laws of the universe so they won't receive the karma of it, right? This is what plays out. They hire you and me to become part of their organization, right? So that they will not receive the karmic consequences for the actions. And that's what I had said in one of my videos last year, right? Do you think that a government minister would have come by my house and raided my property? Which one? It is a jokey question, right? Which one of the government ministers would on their own jump over my gate and raid the property, right? But they hire the dumb, retarded, idiotic, imbecilic, dunce citizens, right? They recruit into their cult system the insane, psychopathic, dumb, retarded, dunce, imbecilic citizens to perform the role that they are too pussy to do, right? Because kill me that, I would love to see a government minister jump over my gate and personally raid the home, right? This time I will video record you all, because I'm ready now, right? But come for yourself. Don't send your little minions to do the dirty work that you're afraid to do, right? Do not send your little minions to do the dirty work that you are scared to do, because you are scared of receiving the karmic consequences for the decisions that you take and you make in your life, right? Come personally and jump over my gate, right? I would love to see the Minister of National Security of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago jump over the property in which the police raided for no reasons, right? Stinking up people's name about, oh, I come looking for arms and fucking ammunitions, right? Come looking for arms and ammunitions, having my neighbors and everybody come outside watching like if we're some big freaking criminals, right? You all dunce, you all dumb, you all dotish, you all imbecilic, you all retarded, you all have no level of moral education. None, right? Straight from the security minister, straight down to the dunce minions who you all hire to perform this job because, oh, I need to feed my family, right? I need to feed. You also retarded, huh? hear what? I need to feed my family, so I going to raid that girl house there, right? So that I could get money to feed my family, right? I could be starving to death. I could be starving to death, and I dare not jump over somebody's gate, raid their homes, bring my other gang members with me, raid somebody home, bring about 8 of my armed gang members with me. Gang, make no mistake about it. You all are a gang, right? I could be starving to death, right? I dare not bring my gang members, armed gang members, to frighten somebody who just sitting by themselves, minding their own business, right? Because, oh, my family is more important than you, right? My family is more important than you, right? Because I need to make a salary, right? I need to present this report to my boss, right? That, oh, I doing my job, right? That is what you call dunce, retarded, imbecilic, idiotic, asinine, horseshit, bullshit, industrial sociology, bullshit jobs, right? Sorry, not sorry for venting on. Sorry, not sorry for venting about issues that do matter, that people continue to participate in without question, right? Without caring. You know what a police raid actually taught me? I have no friends, right? I have no friends, and frankly, I don't think I have any family either, right? Not one soul opened their mouth, right? Not one soul was willing to open their mouth and say, hey, let me stand with this person in her and help us to seek justice for what took place, right? Nobody opened their mouth and say, hey, let me stand with this individual, this citizen of the world. Let me help her to seek justice for what took place, because it was a hurtful situation, right? Not only was it a hurtful situation, it was a wrong situation, right? It was a wrong situation, right? Bear in mind, I have already healed from this issue, but I have not healed in a greater sense. You know why? Because this thing is not about me, right? It's not about me, right? I am just speaking all the things that have been on my heart since pretty long, since I know myself, right? And how I have felt since I have known myself. This is something that has been happening and continues to happen worldwide, internationally, to people of different colors, different races. Everybody, right? Everybody experienced this police nonsense, right? And like I said, they were chasing me since I was born, right? What is the need for you all to be I in my mother belly, and you all escorting to the hospital, right? You all had no right to do that from jump, right? From start, from before my birth, you all had no right to be following me around, right? So please stop it, right? That is all I would have to say about that. Since before I was born, you all been chasing me, and I don't appreciate it, right? So, welcome to industrial sociology, where we teach the difference between right livelihood and wrong livelihood, and clearly a police officer is a hell of a immoral job, and by extension the government service, because they are arms of the government. They are being paid by the government, right? In fact, they are being paid by your taxpayers' money, right? To bully people. And yeah, there might be a few good ones in between there who helping out the old lady with she groceries, and who I don't know what else the good ones is do, right? If they are good ones at all. But like I say, the good ones exist to protect the reputation of the bad ones, because if you all notice, if you all didn't know, in the police service, they stand up for each other, right? They stand up for each other, right? Regardless if you are good or bad, perceived good or bad, a good police officer or a bad police officer in the service, police officers have each other's back solid, right? They're solid with each other. They have each other's back. They will never go against. And there's a cult technique or a cult system to, right? They're not going against. If you could be a criminal as a police, you could be dealing drugs as a police, you could be killing people as a police, right? As a police officer, your friend, your partner, your barrack trainee, right? Who your partner who trained with you in the barracks, right? Could be a so-called good officer, but from the minute that they have to stand up for each other, they're solid, square and solid with each other. Just know that, right? So that's why I do not believe in this concept of, oh, good police officers, bad police officers. They just exist. The so-called good ones exist to protect the reputation of the bad, right? So at this point, I would like to say good job to my ex-date, who is my friend until he completes his changes. If he really at the end of my video decides that he wants to be with me, because like I said, whoever wants to be with me, there are requirements to do it. And furthermore, half of you all might think I'm mad anyhow, so fuck all you, right? But I just want to say good job to my friend who, I don't know if it's a permanent decision, but he had decided. I asked him to make a choice and I didn't ask him to make an overnight choice, right? Time, we give each other time and so on, right? Time, whether you really want to choose me as your future life partner, right? And choosing me would come with specific and stringent requirements at this time in my life, right? So it's either you choose me or you choose the lack of moral action, right? The choice is yours, right? Because what I am asking on my requirement, right, is moral action, right? Amongst other relationship stuffs, right? But moral action is the primary requirement, right? And is the foundation or the principles within which I am asking you to abide by, right? And after this video, well, I don't know, you might be rethinking the whole thing, but anyhow, I would just like to say good job to you, because as far as I am concerned, you made a choice not to participate in this system because you had an application inside, right, for a government job. And when I asked you to choose, you said, at least at the time, that you did not want to participate, or that you was choosing me over that, right? So thank you for that. I don't know if it will last, right? But time will tell and all that, right? So on that front, yeah, I was talking about how one institution feeds into the other, right? How is it that I could go to school, get a degree in sociology, where anarchy in my master's sociology is our main topic, right? Anarchy is our main topic. Anarchy meaning no masters, no slaves. Anarchy meaning a society of freedom and voluntarism, right? Where there's no human authority. We abide by godly authority or divine authority, right? How is it that I could get a distinction in sociology, teaching about anarchy, and then that linking or that feeding in the Ministry of Trade research officer position? Let me not mention on ministries, I take back that, right? In the government system, research officer, one of the requirements is a sociology degree or economics degree, right? Just think about this logically and think about how these people flecking up our minds, right? Let's go through this as a logical process. Try and bypass your socialization and just think logically for a minute. Let's go through this, right? I studied sociology. Most of the sociology content revolved around anti-system, right, conversations, right, anti-system readings, right, anti-systems, anti-government system, anti-corporate systems that cause and harm, anti-government system that cause and harm, right? This is the nature of sociology, because sociology is supposed to be about social justice, it's supposed to be for a cause, right? So let's just go through this. Get educated in sociology, and then one of the requirements for government, right? One of the requirements for government is a degree in sociology, right? That making any sense, right? When government is one of the most immoral systems out there, immoral institutions out there, and you have sociology where we learn to stand up for that which is right as a requirement to getting into the government. It does not make sense, right? It does not make sense, and it's about time people wake up, right? Wake up.